Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's LCTV sports telecast of Littleton High School football. I'm Mike Fontanella. Unfortunately, my normal partner in crime, Pat Frederickson, can't be here tonight. Apparently he's got some kind of secret mission for the Illuminati, something to do with the Lost Ark of the Covenant. He was trying to explain it to me and then his phone went dead. So I think he'll be back next week, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Instead, I have my friend Glenn McNeil in here. Glenn is a 27-year Patriots season ticket holder. He's been to Las Vegas 20 years to watch the Super Bowl. He's been to the last 4 Tom Brady Super Bowls. As we say, hate the play, don't hate the player. But apparently he claims he's learned something about football through all that, and we're going to find out. Welcome to the booth, Glenn.
Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. And it's a real thrill for me to be up here with you and working this Tigers game tonight.
Big game tonight. We're playing Blackstone Valley Tech. This game will have a lot of playoff implications. We'll get into that as the game unfolds. But right now we're ready for the kickoff. Littleton won the toss and chose to take the football.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
EBT, a high but short kick, fielded on about the 30 by Ty Price. He'll make a cut, try to get to the outside, and he gets pulled down after only about a 2-yard gain. But the Tigers will start out with good field position on the 32-yard line.
Ty Price on the turn for the Tigers.
Blackstone Valley Tech comes in at 5-1. The Tigers at 4-2 with a solid bounce-back win against on the road against Lunenburg last week after losing 2 weeks ago on the road to a very good West Boylston team. Tigers will come out on spread, first down. Oh, nice play. They're going to throw it to the flat. Josh Crossway getting some up. We're going to have a block in the back. I think Glenn Flag came in late from the backfield.
That's a shame. That was some excellent running by Crossway after the catch.
Yeah, illegal block in the back. He was good for a first down, but that'll be a spot foul. So after walking it off, it's going to end up being 1st and 13. So a 3-yard loss on the penalty there. You're right. It was good action there, Glenn. The play fake and a good sling by Braden Lynn. Some good blocking. Well, except for the penalty block. First and 13, Braden Lynn getting flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run it upfield. Ooh. Looks like he tripped over another player. What a Littleton player. Close to getting hit out of bounds, and not quite, but he gets a.
I'd like to let everybody know.
Yep. 4 yards, so it's 2nd and 9.
Squad is joined by the D10. The head coach is Holly Beret. Assistant coaches Lauren Jurgens and Monique Legansky. Student coaches Shay Sloboda, Shayla Senecal, and Courtney Hood.
Straight drop back. Now he's going to flush out. Looks down the middle of the field. And it's complete.
Great throw.
Sean Mazzoni on the catch. Nice throw on the run there by Braden Lynn.
Nice hands by Mazzoni as well. He had a little contact down low, but he didn't rattle him at all.
And the Tigers convert on 2nd long all the way down to the Blackstone Valley 40. Braden Lynn with a brilliant game last week. He was 14 of 15 for about 170 yards. Just a terrific game. Every throw was right on the money. They'll give it to Parker Lanford. He'll cut it upfield, get into a hole off tackle, and drive forward for about a 5-yard gain.
Parker Lanford is with the carry.
Tigers going with their no-huddle offense. They're wearing blue tonight. They had been wearing yellow at home, very bright yellow, new uniforms. Tonight they're in blue. Looks like a straight drawback. Sling. Oh, picked off. Number 9, Cameron Gallagher for Blackstone Valley Tech. Almost reeled that one in. Instead it goes incomplete. 3rd and 5. The pass was intended for Leo Gibbons, who was kind of sitting down in the soft spot.
Head coach is Lynette Sundquist. Jackie Ekman is the assistant coach.
3rd and 5. Almost got a hard count there. Almost got the offsides by the nose tackle of Blackstone Valley Tech. Didn't get it. Now they'll call the real play. Rolling out to the right. He's got Leo Gibbons on a hook pattern downfield. Oh, off his hands. It was a tough catch going right over his head.
Incomplete pass. Leo Gibbons, the intended target, brings up a 4th down.
Great effort by Gibbons.
Yeah, nice go route there. Just the ball was just right over his head. If it had been out, a little bit in front of him, I think he would have made that catch. Instead, it'll be 4th and 5. The ball is on the Blackstone Valley Tech 35-yard line. Looks like Coach Lynn is going to try for it here. Feeling like the gamble is worth it given the field position. Quick snap. Little throw. Oh, just deflected at the last second. So the Tigers.
Fingertips on that ball.
Yeah, intended for Kelleher down the sideline. So the Tigers will turn the ball over on downs after picking up a 1st down on a big pass play to Sean Mazzoni. They stall out.
Feel free to stop by.
Blackstone Valley Tech will take over on their own 35-yard line.
Library building project. When you're there, inquire about becoming a library MVP by filling out a pledge form.
Excellent effort by Josh Mateo to just get his fingertips on that, knock it down.
Thing is, if he doesn't make it and Kelleher catches it, he's just going to turn and go. There's nobody between him and the goal line, so that was a make or miss play. 1st and 10 for Blackstone Valley Tech. Their opening offensive possession. The Tigers in a 4-man front. It's a switch. They started last week with this look. Oh, we got offsides. Oh, let's see what we got. Offsides. False start. Oh yeah, it was actually the center, I think, was kind of pumping like he was going to snap the ball. So that's a Blackstone Valley penalty. Illegal procedure to make it 1st and 15 with the ball back on the 30. Eglin, after getting beat up by West Boylston, a 5-man front, the Tigers switched to a 4-man front and shut out a good Lunenburg team last week. First and 15, quarterback draw right up the middle. He makes a cut, gets cut down by Leo Gibbons after about a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Josh Mateo
Gibbons playing linebacker in this new look.
Timmy Kelleher, Leo Gibbons on the stop.
It is 2nd and 11.
What do you think was behind that defensive switch, Mike?
I think they just weren't getting the kind of play they wanted out of the 3 down linemen. They weren't getting enough penetration, so they decided to add an extra lineman because they call it a 5-man front, but it's 3 defensive linemen the way they used to play with 2 outside linebackers. I call them defensive ends, but here they've got 4 guys on the interior, and it worked really well last week. A lot of quarterback sacks and tackles for losses. Straight drop back, looks like a little screen pass. Oh, but Gibbons reads it, he misses the tackle. And now they're upfield, they're good for a 1st down over midfield. He's got a block upfield. And he goes out of bounds on the Littleton 45-yard line. Gibbons had a shot at him for a loss. Wasn't able to bring him down.
And that was great pressure by Ty Price on there. He really pressured the quarterback.
Jared Loisel.
So instead it goes what almost was a great play for Littleton, turned out to be a terrific play for Blackstone Valley. They are down to the Littleton 35-yard line. Both teams playing the spread look, kind of mirror images of themselves right now. And both have hit a big chunk play here on the first drives. Quarterback draw on a fake handoff. He spins out of a tackle. He's going to get close to a 1st down. So Blackstone Valley playing fast right now, just as fast as the Tigers like to play. Tony DeSisto on the tackle upfield. It's 2nd and not even a yard to go here with the ball on the Tiger 20, just outside the 25-yard line. They'll bring motion, a little bit of high snap. Again, a quarterback draw. That was just a straight play. Gibbons trying to wrap him up. I think he's going to get a 1st down with the forward progress. Gibbons stops it from being a bigger play than that. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Blackstone Valley. Right on the 24-yard line. So he needed about a half a yard. He got about a yard and a half. Josh Mateo, the sophomore quarterback, definitely likes to run the ball. This time they'll hand it up, makes a cutoff tackle, and Gibbons trying to bring him down. Oh, they've got to go. They're going to score. Oh, down inside the goal line. Some terrific running after contact by Blackstone Valley on this drive, Glenn.
He was tough to bring down.
He's all the way
He just kept his legs bumping.
down to about the 2-yard line. First and goal for Blackstone Valley Tech. So they stopped Littleton back on their own 35-yard line, and on their opening drive, they're knocking on the door. Goes straight up the middle, big hole on the left side, easy touchdown for Blackstone Valley Tech.
Jared Loisel with the touchdown for the Beavers.
So with 7:15 to go here in the opening quarter, Blackstone Valley with a 65-yard touchdown drive, and they will bring on their kicker, number 4, Miles Gerton. He will kick it up, and it's good.
And
So Blackstone Valley Tech converts after the touchdown and go up 7-0 here. We knew they were a good football team, Glenn, and they showed a very impressive opening drive.
Yeah, that offensive line by Blackstone was opening some good holes, and once their big back got into open field, he was tough to bring down.
as we had mentioned, the 6th, 7th grade division football team is here with us tonight. We'd like to wish them luck at tomorrow's game, which will be played at Westboro High School at 1 p.m. The winner of tomorrow's
So the Tigers will come out here and receive the kick for the second time in the game. The first kick was a very short
They are
kick
coached
by
by
Ty
Doug
Price.
Shaw, Mike Corey, Sean Keenan, and Greg Bottenhorn.
What was that
Gerton on the kick for Blackstone Valley, and he'll hit a similar kick a little deeper. Ty Price again backed up to about his 21-yard line. He'll try to bounce it out and try to run over a guy, and he's going to get stacked up just over the 25-yard line, right at 26. So it's a short kick, Glenn, but it's high enough to let that coverage get downfield.
Exactly.
Tigers will take over, trailing 7-0 here with the ball on their own 27-yard line. 1st and 10.
Littleton has a 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line.
Handoff up the middle. Oh, good cut by Parker Lanfers. Keeps his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, gets in the hole, and gets upfield. Good, about a 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4.
And Carl Warnock on the stop.
Quick hitter to the right
Gain
side
5,
there.
2nd down and 5.
So it's Halloween. We got some people walking around in costumes. I see a guy walking around with a croquet mallet. I don't know if that's part of his costume or he's just looking for a game. Little option pass there. Tim Kelleher will drive forward for the first game. Good job there by Braden Lane. Good read on that.
Timmy Kelleher,
Picked up about 8 on that.
Josh Mateo, Kyle Fleming on the stop for the Beaver. 1st down, Tigers.
He probably came down here with the croquet mallet. He was going to get out on the field. It's a nice surface to knock the ball around, but he's disappointed. They're busy tonight.
Right. That's the true role that athletic turf gives you.
1st and 10 for the Tigers with the ball out to their own 43-yard line. So a little wrinkle there with some option reads by Braden Lynn that they've added over the last couple of games.
A little confusion here on the lineup.
They're going to take a timeout. Yeah.
Good call.
Trying to get the calls from the sideline, and you can see Parker Lanfers
Taken by the Tigers.
gesticulating about which signal was the live one. And Mike Lynn imploring his charges to get on the same page. But as both of us, Glenn, have coached a lot of youth sports, and we know that inconsistency is the hallmark of youth.
Exactly.
If they were consistent, they wouldn't be kids.
That's
They'd
right.
be adults.
Yep. Well, they even struggle at the college level sometimes getting the calls right, especially if they're putting in something new.
And they have added some looks over the last couple of weeks, there's no doubt about it.
I was wondering if Landforce was maybe lining up for a direct snap to him.
All right, so coming out of the timeout, it's still 1st and 10. The ball on the Tiger 43-yard line, trailing 7-0
This could be the
here in the first quarter.
Just saying. Although he's still alive.
We'll throw into the flat to Sean Mazzoni. You get a good tackle there at the line of scrimmage. He'll vault forward for a couple of yards, but a nice tackle by Jared Lassell.
Jared Lassell on the stop.
So we'll call it 2nd and 7 or 8.
Let y'all know the D10 team placed first at the Fun Comp cheer competition and recently placed 4th at a local cheer competition, advancing them to the state cheer competition.
Mike Lynn and Travis
Saturday, November 2nd,
Bassett.
at the Memorial Auditorium.
The offensive brain trust signaling it in from the sideline. They'll roll out. Some pressure off the backside. He doesn't feel he throws it to the last second. Oh! What a catch by Leo Gibbons. Absolutely racked after the catch, but he reeled it in anyway. Wow!
Gibbons knew he was going to take the hit, but what a great job of holding on to that.
Great throw by Braden Lynn on the roll. He was getting pressure off the backside. He almost ran out of time, but he got it away at the last second, complete all the way down to the Blackstone Valley 40. What a grab by Leo Gibbons, senior captain. They'll give it to Gibbons. He's trying to get the edge. Gets a little rub block. Bounces to the outside. He gets pulled down after about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Nice job by Parker Lanfers. He hit a guy that's probably twice as big as him and got just enough of him to get the edge.
Gibbons made a great choice on when to cut it upfield.
Well, that's a 4 yard gain. 2nd and 6. Tigers back into Blackstone Valley. They were down to the 35 yard line last time before they stalled out. They're on the 36 now. 2nd and 6. Braden Lynn will roll out after a play fake. He's trying to get the corner. He'll tuck it up. Good tackle. He'll actually go for a little bit of a loss. It was 2nd and 6. Now it's going to be more like 3rd and 8. Let's see where they mark it. Actually, we'll call it no gain. Braden Lynn rolling out after some play action, trying to look downfield. Couldn't see anybody that was open. Made an early decision to just tuck it and go. But good coverage by the defensive backs to come up and shut it down before he could get upfield. They're down, straight drop back. Little quarterback draw, makes one guy miss, and he's going to get corralled from behind. After a couple of yard gain, by number 75, Jack Nasuti, senior captain. He's a big fella out there. He plays on both sides of the football on the line. It'll bring up, again, 4th down, Glenn, right from the 36-yard line.
Same location as the last time Coach Lynn decided to go for it on 4th down.
It was 4th and 5 last time. It's 4th and actually 5. Just right, the ball's right on the 35-yard line again. Deja vu. Last time they threw it to the sideline to Kelleher. The ball got tipped away at the last second. Let's see what they come up with here on 1st down, trailing by 7. Oh, Mike Lynn's going to go for a timeout. Yep. It's his 2nd timeout that he's used here in the first quarter, but trailing here on a 4th down play, really wants to convert.
But we can't compare them. It's like, you gotta get a guy who can, size-wise.
Talking to his junior quarterback, who also happens to be someone who sleeps at his house.
I think Coach Lynn didn't either like that defense that he saw, or he just wanted to take the time out after having a look at how Blackstone lined up.
Yeah, I don't think he would have took the time out if it was 3rd and 5. He probably would have just said, well, let's just snap it. I'm not happy, but, you know, we can still make a play. But given that it's 4th and 5 and they're already trailing, he really wants to make sure he's got the right call in place for the look that he thinks he's going to get, and make sure the guys know, you know, down and distance.
I don't think it's on the clock.
So coming out of the timeout, and we'll come up to the line of scrimmage and await Blackstone Valley Tech's defense. We'll see if they switch it up coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, pros.
They got a 3-man front. Here we go, 4th and 5. Inside handoff to Parker Lanfers. Oh, and he's racked up. Didn't get a chance to get going. They've run that play many times this year. It's a little decoy play, almost like a Statue of Liberty, but this time it was read well. They didn't buy on the rollout And Parker Lanford's just, if he had a chance to get his feet going, he had it. That was the last guy really that he had to beat, but instead they'll turn it over on downs again. The ball on the Blackstone Valley 33-yard line. So Tigers have stalled out after gaining first downs on both of their opening drives, but nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. Now the defense needs to see if they can step up after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Parker Lanford stepping right back up.
Excellent tackle.
Also, Richie Powderly coming in there from a linebacker position.
Givens as well.
Nice job of boxing that in, and then Parker Lanford, once he realized he got it boxed in, he really came up aggressively to get in on the tackle and make the initial hit. It's a yard loss, 2nd and 11.
Great way to start this defensive stand.
An 11 quarterback draw again. This time, oh, they got him boxed up again. They couldn't quite get him. He's going to get a first down out of it. It's a straight draw play. They make it look like a pass, but it's a draw. And then when he gets going, boy, he's in that hole. They thought they had him wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, but he was gone in a heartbeat. And they'll convert and take it out to their own 47-yard line. So Josh Mateo, sophomore, has been very effective running out of that position tonight early on here in the first quarter. It's time to hand it off. Another big hole, makes another guy miss, makes another guy miss, and they're upfield. It's a race towards the goal line. Lanford is going to run him down, but not until they get inside the 20, down inside the 15.
Great effort by Lanford there. Stop the touchdown.
So Blackstone Valley, boy, they get in those holes, and then they're off to the races. So Tigers have turned the ball over on downs twice, and both times Blackstone Valley has come out ready to rock and roll. They're all the way down inside the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 on the Tiger 14-yard line. Oh, fumble, ball's on the ground! Oh, the Tigers didn't realize it and got covered up.
Looks like Blackstone.
Yeah, Blackstone Valley recovered it. It was on the ground for more than a couple of seconds there, but the Tigers just couldn't get off their blocks to drop down and grab it. So it'll go for no gain to Blackstone Valley, maybe a half a yard loss. Actually, we'll call it a 2-yard loss. It is 2nd and 12. Try for Jets with the ball. Oh, Ty Price coming in off the edge there, almost jarred the ball loose. J.D. and Tanya very fortunate to hold on to that.
Good anticipation by Price.
They were trying for the edge, and Price was in the backfield and just blew it up almost to force a turnover. Instead, it's down. The ball is out to the 24-yard line. 3rd and I would say 22 here. They need to get down to the 9-yard line. They're on the 24. Oh, sorry, the 4-yard line. Yeah, so it's 3rd and 20. Exactly. Straight drop back. Keller's got Brezzi, lobs it downfield.
Off the turf. No good.
No good. Good pressure there by Kelleher, and looks like Richie Powderly bringing pressure as well with Kelleher. So that'll bring up a 4th and 20, but the ball's on the 24-yard line, so we're not going to punt. I doubt this kicker has that kind of leg. He hit his extra point, but both kickoffs have been high and short. 16 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Tigers trailing by 7. Big down here, Glenn, on 4th down. Trying to get a stop on 4th and 20.
Got to contain Mateo.
Straight drop back. Looking up the sideline. Lobs it. Oh, he's wide open. Trying to corral him, and they'll get him well short of the first down. So completion. He was wide open in the flat there. Something broke down, but they had to get so far downfield. Good tackle there. Downfield by Will Allen. And the Tigers will take the ball over on downs here. So they turn back the second very good scoring threat by Blackstone Valley. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Littleton with the ball on their own 16-yard line.
This will be the last play of the first quarter.
Good job there by Allen to make sure there was no real significant run after catch there. Because he had to close some ground. He caught the ball. There was no blue shirts around him.
It's a huge tackle. It's a big stop for the Tigers.
Inside handoff.
Hopefully we're going to have some momentum here, carry into the second quarter.
And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. So the Tigers trailing 7-0, but it could be worse. They managed to turn back the second scoring threat by Blackstone Valley, and we'll be back to see if the Tigers can get going on offense in the second quarter right after these messages from LCTV.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the start of the second quarter. The Tigers trailing 7-0 against a strong Blackstone Valley Tech team, but it is 2nd and 7. The Tigers on their third offensive possession after turning away a scoring threat by Blackstone Valley. Ball on the Tiger 19-yard line. They're going to flip it to Gibbons. He's trying to get the corner. Shaw Mazzoni trying to block for him. Gibbons, tucks underneath the tackler. And we're going to get something here. Maybe a hold or a face mask. They're signaling holding.
We're signaling a hold by the Tigers.
Yeah, holding by the Tigers. So he had about a 5 or 6 yard gain on that, but that's going to get negated by the penalty. They'll walk it off, I think, half the distance to the goal. Put the ball right on the 10-yard line to make it second. Second down, they got to get to the 26, second and 16.
The D14 team placed second at the point comp cheer competition and recently placed first.
Braden Lynn will roll to his right. Looking to throw, he's getting some pressure. He's trying to get off it. He's got to get rid of that ball. Now he's in his own end zone. He races back across the field. He gets some waved. Oh, good block. He's upfield and he's out of bounds. Wow.
Lynn making something out of nothing.
Really probably should have thrown the ball away. It comes up a little gimped up coming off the Blackstone Valley sideline. Tigers are going
Lynn's in some pain. He's coming off.
Tigers are bringing their hammer package in. It's third down. They're going to go for a short yardage look here. Tony DeSisto's Mike Lynn's actually going to take a timeout. Figure out what he wants to do here.
Timeout taken by the Tigers.
Came out of the games, but right now, because the Tigers called a timeout, if Braden is able to get himself ready to go, he can come back into the game on this play because they burned the timeout. Right now, he's still sitting on the sideline. I think still trying to evaluate what his situation is. I believe they only get 3 timeouts a half now under the new high school rules, Glenn, I think.
That's the third.
Very early here in the second quarter.
What a play by Lynn.
So actually they're not going to switch into the hammer. They're going to stay in the spread here. Yeah, that was crazy.
That was pretty close to a safety. Braden was close to the end zone line. Blackstone Valley defender draped on him and he shook him loose.
All right, so 3rd and 4. The Tigers will stay in the spread with Tony DeSisto at quarterback. He's going to give it to Parker Lanfords, and he's going to drive for a first down off the left side. So they'll move the chains. Big first down there for Littleton after taking a penalty and digging themselves a little bit of a hole. Braden Lynn got him almost all the way out of the hole, and then Parker Lanfords got him the rest of the way. Braden Lynn is up and kind of walking around on the sideline after getting looked at by a trainer. Tony DeSisto will stay in the game on 1st and 10. He's going to roll, look to the flat, complete to Shaw Mazzoni. And he's going to get upfield over the 30 to about the 34-yard line. That's going to be good for about 6 yards. Good throw there by Tony Assisto. Make sure they'll mark it back on the 33. We'll call it a 5-yard gain. So it's 2nd and 5. High snap, gets the handoff off. Parker Lanfors makes a guy miss, and again spins forward just short of the first down, I think. But a good job after the initial contact to keep moving, Glenn, and get some positive yards. Actually, it is a first down.
Lanfors always falls forward, always gets that extra yard or two.
That's good enough to pick up the first down. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers with the ball out to the 39-yard line.
Stop by the library table to find out more.
This is great. This is great to give the defense some time to rest as well. Good job by DeSisto. Great work by Lanfors.
So we're going to try to set it up. He's rolling to his right. He'll throw it out of bounds.
It's a good choice.
Those cheerleaders got to be ready, Glenn. They're at a football game. That'll be an incomplete pass. Tony DeSisto just tossing that one away. Couldn't get a look downfield.
I like that decision making by DeSisto.
Oh, we got a late flag here. Yeah, I think this is going to be intentional grounding. The problem for the refs is they've changed the rules. Yeah. They've switched their rules. They used to play under NCAA rules. Now they play under national high school rules. And one of the big changes is intentional grounding. You can't throw it, even if you're out of the pocket, you cannot just throw it out of bounds. You have to throw it into the area of a receiver. And the reason that it took them so long to call it is they talked about this, is that the refs are literally learning a new playbook rule book as they go. And they talked, and I read about this in the Boston Globe early at the beginning of the year. They talked about how this was highly likely as something they would see where they would either miss a call or be late getting to a call. But they marked that where he was when he threw the ball, so that basically goes down as a sack. It's now 2nd and about 23. Straight drop back, Tony going deep, trying to look downfield. This time he'll throw it down at a receiver. Incomplete. The ball's back to the 26-yard line, and they need to get to the 49-yard line. So 23 yards to go here on 3rd down. So a tough break there for the Tigers under the new rule interpretation, Glenn. They had a nice drive going, but now they're in a very deep hole.
Viewers of the pro game and the college game, that's a perfect play by DeSisto.
They'll roll DeSisto out. He'll throw it into the flat, complete it to Sean Mazzoni, but he's going to get tackled well short of the first down. They get the ball out over the 30 to about the 32-yard line. That'll bring up a punting situation. The Tigers managed to move the ball downfield, got all the way out to the 38-yard line, 39-yard line, but then the sack on a penalty on intentional grounding kind of staunched that momentum.
Lynn's moving around a little bit on the sideline.
He's trying to hop up on it. Looks like he might got an ankle or something. Still got his helmet off.
Test that left leg.
Cody Shearer on the kick. Oh, nice high punt. And they will let it bounce, and it'll take a neutral bounce and go all the way down to the 36-yard line. So a nice kick by Cody Shearer. And the Tiger defense, who did get a break there on a few first downs, ground out by the offense. Now the Tiger defense.
Well rested.
Yeah.
We're going to need their best effort here to keep Blackstone from scoring again before the half. That would be big for the momentum.
Blackstone Valley will get the kick to start the half. The Tigers won the toss. I think that's what I saw. And instead of deferring, they took the ball. 8:46 to go. Tigers trailing 7-0. Inside handoff. Oh, good tackle by Parker Lanfors.
Nice Parker. Parker Lanford.
Jared Loiselle on the carry.
Takes down Lizelle, the big back for Blackstone Valley Tech after a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
Did you know that the library has discount passes to World Spinner Games in season? Check out the museum passes available on library.org.
Quarterback draw. This time they read it and they boxed them in. That goes for a loss.
Fooled by that.
That play went big earlier.
No gain on the play, but it's okay.
Good job by Noah Graham there to get upfield and blow it up.
Looks like Kevin McDonald got in on that as well.
Yeah, those two guys playing those defensive tackle positions.
Good
got some
job
penetration
clogging up
in
the middle.
Yeah, it didn't give them a hole to get into. So this will bring up a crucial 3rd and 9. See if the Tigers can force a punt here. Ball back on Blackstone Valley Tech side of the field for the moment anyway. Just 2 play fake, pressure, lobbed upfield. Bobbled. Are they going to give him the catch? Yes, they're going to give him the catch. Good for the first down. Oh, great coverage there. Just couldn't quite. Max Hannigan tried to close on it and jar it loose and just couldn't do it. He was right there. Good pressure by Kelleher. But a big first down for Blackstone Valley Tech all the way into Tiger territory on the 45-yard line. Big 3rd down conversion there for BVT. Tigers had a chance to get that offense off the field. Now it's 1st and 10 with the ball on their side of the field. Going to make a read again. The quarterback's going to keep it. This time he's going to get to the edge. He'll go out of bounds after about an 8-yard gain. So a little read there where he can decide to give it or keep it. He kept it.
2nd down and 3 for the Beavers.
Second and 4. Oh, high snap, one-handed grab by the quarterback. He's going to make another guy miss and get upfield for a first down. Down to the Tiger 30-yard line. Yeah, very explosive, only a sophomore. Not a big kid, but powerful running through contact, and he just makes a little shuffle move, and you think you got him lined up in your sights, and next thing you know, he's in your peripheral vision. So it is 1st and 10 with the ball on the Tiger 31-yard line. This time we'll give it straight up the middle. We got about an 8-yard gain there, tripped up.
J.D. Antaya from Blackstone Valley got his momentum going.
9-yard gain, 2nd and 1. So they're in a spread look, but right now they like a full house backfield with that. So we got receivers wide out to the top and bottom of the screen, but then they're keeping 2 backs in the backfield with Mateo, the quarterback, and then it's kind of misdirections and read plays. A lot for the Tiger defense to evaluate and make plays on. Go right up the middle this time, get a first down inside the 20.
Back to Loiselle, the big back, number 7.
Taken down by Gibbons. Good for a first down inside the red zone. 1st and 10 with the ball on the Tiger 19-yard line. Going to give it right up the middle again. Just straight ahead now.
Tie with the carry. He'll give him a Josh Crosslight on the stop.
We kind of saw Blackstone Valley earlier this year. The first game for us was on the road against Nipmuc, and it's right across the street from Blackstone Valley Tech. We couldn't see the game, but we could see the scoreboard unfolding. They won easily that day. So they've lost once since then. Quarterback draw again, and he makes another guy miss, dancing inside the 5-yard line. Those are not pass plays, Glenn. That's just a straight draw.
They're clearly just exploiting Mateo's ability to cut and make people miss, and he's got excellent speed.
First down and goal from about the 4-yard line.
Number one weapon tonight.
First and goal with the ball on the Tiger 4-yard line. Tigers already trailing by 7. Give it to the second man. Oh, he runs into a wall, then keeps the ball moving forward, spins out, and a touchdown. So JD and Tanya got hit, ran into a big wall there, but kept his 8 on his feet and spun out of it, and then broke free and walked into the goal end zone for a second touchdown for Blackstone Valley Tech. Blackstone Valley on to try to kick for the extra point. They were good the first time, a little bit of a high snap. They'll get it up and get it in.
Miles Burton, kick is good.
Not as strong a leg as Cody Shearer, but good enough. Braden Lim putting his helmet on the sideline, Glenn. He had an ice pack on his knee. That's gone. So Tigers trailing 14-0, but Braden Lim looks like he's going to try to give it a go here. Really important that, you know, obviously they need to score, right, before the game's over. They got to find a way to get in the end zone a couple of times. But at this point in the game, it's important that they, you know, keep a drive going, and, you know, if they can get a score at the end of the half, terrific. But they really can't afford to give the ball back here early and give BVT another shot at the end zone. Especially given that BVT is going to get the ball to start the second half.
Oh, exactly right, Mike. This Tiger offense needs to show the ability to move the chains once or twice before the half, get that confidence going, win the battle in the trenches.
The same high kick towards the sideline. This time it'll get fielded on the 15-yard line by Max Hannigan. Fumbles it initially, and it'll get wrapped up just outside the 25 to about the 24.
Max Hannigan with the return to Littleton. Jacob Randall is in on the stop to Blackstone.
Yeah, so Braden Lynn will be coming out off the sideline.
He looks a little bit ginger, but he's a tough kid.
Hey, easy with the word ginger. You're talking to a redhead here, all right? So one of my triggers. Mark Croy feels the same way.
Right.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. The ball on their own 24-yard line. Oh, good fake. Up the slot to... Oh! Makes a miss! Sean Mazzoni's rumbling! He's flying out wrong! Oh, they try to punch it out from behind, but he's run down. He holds on to the football. All the way down inside the 20, about the 15-yard line. Good speed by the big man. He couldn't break all the way away, but he definitely outran him for a long run.
1st and 10 for the Tigers.
He was wide open in the middle of the field, Glenn, on a play action.
I think that play fake to Landforce froze the defense for just a second. Lynn delivers a perfect pass to Mazzoni, and he just gallops in the open field. It's a great opportunity for the Tigers.
1st and 10 on the 15-yard line. They give the ball to Landforce, and he bounces out, makes a guy miss! Touchdown, Tigers!
Great block by Josh Crosswhite there.
Wow, a 2-play touchdown drive, 74 yards. Actually, 76 yards. The ball was on the 24-yard line. Keyed by the big play to Mazzoni. And then partner Landford is running in from 15 yards out off the right side.
That quick strike has certainly put the excitement back into these Littleton Tiger fans.
See if they can convert here, and then hopefully the defense can get them out of the half, just trailing by the deficit they have right now, or even less if they convert the kick. Cody Shearer, left-footed kicker on. Good snap. Oh, he'll drive it. Line shot. It was good.
And it's good.
So the Tigers cut the deficit to 14-7 on a two-play drive. Like you said, Glenn, some momentum sorely needed.
Gutsy performance by Lynn. He's back on the bench. He's got the ice on his left knee. That quick strike drive really put a lot of life back into the Tigers.
See if we can energize the defense as well. They've been back on their heels a little bit. They managed to get a stop on the second BVT drive. They got some pressure on the quarterback and got a sack. And held on 4th and 20. They've got the stop they needed to turn back that scoring threat. See if they can find it in him to get another stop here before the half. Cody Shearer on the kick for the first time tonight. He'll drive one, let it bounce, and get picked up on the 5-yard line. Oh, he slides down on the turf right in front of Timmy Kelleher. We're in that time of year where it gets a little cool at night, Glenn, a little condensation can pick up.
Exactly. Good to hurt that Kelleher was right there to dole out some punishment if there was a collision.
The ball out to the 21-yard line. 3:18 left to go in the half. Tigers trailing 14-7.
Good stuff coming up at halftime. Your opportunity to check in with the Council on Aging and the representatives from the Union Hall Library. The band will play, and we have a special cheer halftime routine.
Full house backfield look again with Blackstone Valley Tech. Their running attack has been very good tonight. They'll do a crisscross handoff there. Upfield for about a 4-yard gain.
Looks like a great tackle there. That looked like Richie Powderly to you, Mike?
Yep, playing a linebacker.
Nice job by Powderly.
Called his name out a few times tonight. Jared Aleve, the senior captain, who typically be playing linebacker, unfortunately still out with an injury, a high ankle sprain, wearing a walking boot tonight. Well, the Tigers miss him. Quarterback draw, bouncing it to the outside. He's got an edge. He's going to get run out of bounds short of midfield.
The player with the carry force out of bounds by Cody Shearer.
Good job by Cody Shearer. There's a lot of open sideline for Mateo.
Yeah, took a good angle. And that'll take the ball out to the Blackstone Valley Tech 46-yard line.
Defense Tigers, hold that line.
Tigers struggling here on defense to put like 2-3 plays together for, no gain or a loss. They can stop them one play at a time, but trying to stop them 2 or 3 plays at a time has been a challenge so far. Oh, ball's on the ground! Holy that's the second time it's gotten on the ground. They almost put it on the ground another time when Ty Price blew up a sweep. That'll be about an 8-yard loss. Call it a 7-yard loss, 2nd and 17.
You've got to imagine Blackstone is thinking about Mateo having the option to run if he doesn't have an open receiver.
Yeah, look, actually play action. Going to look to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Oh, that's a block in the back. There it is. Yep. Block in the back. Easy call. Easy for me. I don't have to pull the flag out of my pocket. I just yell. Ref's got to throw the laundry.
It's going to be 10 yards. We're going to get him back to maybe the 29.
Yep, they'll walk it back. So a block in the back there. It was definitely a pass play, but he couldn't find anybody downfield, so Mateo tried to run it. And one of his receivers hit a guy in the back who was coming up to make the play. So that'll take the ball to the 29-yard line. Make it 2nd and 25.
This is a big opportunity for the Tiger defense. Kind of a quick stop or a tackle for loss gives us an opportunity.
Actually, it's 2nd and 27. Under 2 minutes to go. They're going to bring a blitz, trying to get some pressure on the backside, or they're going to throw it back to that side where the blitz just came from. And he'll rumble up the sideline, cut it back. Oh, and they get him. First down, though. Wow, what a play. Oh, that's a tough break for the Tigers. They sold out on the right side with the blitz, and I don't know if Blackstone Valley, they must have just got lucky on the play call because they threw it right where the blitzers had vacated. Blackstone Valley will take a timeout. The ball advanced all the way down to the Tiger 30-yard line.
I saw it.
If it wasn't for Cody Shearer turning that play back to the inside and then Crosswhite pulling down the ball runner, he had a lot of open field.
So now with 1:37 to go, Blackstone Valley spends their first timeout. So they get themselves out of a 2nd and 27-yard hole and advance the ball all the way down to the Tiger 30. Plenty of time on the clock from this field position, Glenn. The Tigers are going to have to come up with a stop here.
It's really been the tale of the game is Blackstone's big play capability has gotten them out of some holes. Littleton's been able to stop them 2-3 plays at a time, but Blackstone has been able to pull off the big gainers.
Yeah, they've had some serious. That was probably the biggest chunk play of all. That ball was back inside on the 19-yard line. So that was about a 51-yard play.
Now, Mateo's only a sophomore, but he shows a lot of poise. Under pressure, he's held onto the ball and hit his open receivers.
Yeah, tough break there. If the Tigers hadn't blitzed, I don't think that play would have gone for anywhere near that kind of. It was just a bad break for the Tigers on the dice roll. All right, coming out of the timeout, 1st and 10. Tiger defense trying to get a stop here. They'll give it straight up the right side. No gain, well, about a yard or two. Big, huge pile of humanity down there. Kelleher coming off of it. The rest of the blue and white shirts will untangle. Call it about a 1.5 yard gain. The clock continues to run inside of 1:20. Blackstone Valley doesn't use a timeout, but they'll huddle up, quickly get a play called. Now they'll spread it out a little bit. One back in the backfield with Mateo. They're going to look to throw. Looks like a screen pass. Pressure! They can't get him. Ty Price trying to run him down. Now we got a completion down to about the 17-yard line. Blackstone Valley Tech will call timeout. That's a first down. So pressure by Kelleher and Price, but they couldn't quite close on it before he got the ball away. He made a little bit of an awkward throw, but it was good enough to get the job done. Ball down to the 17-yard line. 54 seconds to go here in the half. The Tigers trailing by 7. Would dearly love to keep it that way going into the locker room. At the end of that first half last week against Lunenburg, Price and Kelleher sacked the Lunenburg quarterback 3 out of 4 snaps to really put a kind of emphasis on how that game was going to go. A little bit different here against Mateo. He's managed to elude that pressure and make plays. Blackstone Valley took their second timeout with 54 seconds to go. The ball down to the 17-yard line.
Looks like she wrote you a book there.
Oh, gonna get banged up. Step back, looks to throw to the flat. Oh, incomplete. Ball was on the receiver's hands, but he couldn't reel it in. Good coverage there by Shearer, Josh Crosswhite, and Parker Lanford's downfield. So a little play action. They actually banged into each other, but Mateo got enough of a drop back to get a throw off. Incomplete pass will stop the clock with 49 seconds to go. 2nd and 10. Play action, rolling out to his right, throws towards the goal line. I overthrows his receiver.
Great coverage there by Cody Shearer.
Incomplete pass. Brings up a third down.
Yeah, Tigers got to be careful. The edge was there. The pass rush came a little bit too far inside. If he had chosen to run it, Glenn, I think he would have had a chance to get well inside the 10-yard line.
You're right, Mike, and I think that offensive formation that they came out in with no wide receivers off to the right could be the tell. That's when the Tigers need to watch out for Mateo running to that side.
This time we'll have two guys at the top of the screen, one to the bottom and one in the slot. Quarterback draw, cuts upfield. Oh, good block. He's going to run for the goal line. Diving tackle by Lanford, stops the touchdown, but it converts a first down. 35 seconds. The clock is stopped while they move the down marker. The chains will stay where they are. First and goal from the 2-yard line. They wind the clock. 30 seconds to go.
The 3-yard line.
What's up, buddy? How's it going?
And they'll give a straight handoff. Driving for the goal line. They'll call him down. Forward progress. 15 seconds to go. Blackstone Valley will take a timeout. They'll stop the clock with 14 seconds to go. Tigers turn away that first and goal situation right there. They're going to have to do it at least one more time. Blackstone Valley hustles. They could get 2 plays off. I think they're out of timeouts. I understand the new rules.
It's going to be at this. Well, they could try a pass, Mike. They could.
Yeah, well, right. If they throw it and it goes incomplete, they'll definitely get 2 plays. Actually, that's not a terrible.
That might be the call.
Right,
on
little
the
play
wide
action.
Side,
yeah.
Over towards the scoreboard.
And just tell the quarterback, look, if it's there, throw it. If it's not, just throw it at his feet. Don't throw it out of bounds, because we learned that's not the right thing to do. But throw it at his feet and just take the incomplete pass, and then we'll run it on 3rd down and see if we can convert.
With all that real estate too, if Mateo sees a window, he could
to that wide side, yeah.
But just don't get. Be great if the Tigers can contain him. This would be a big momentum swing.
If they can get off the field here,
be a great way to go into the half. Only down 7 and off a big stand is what we're hoping for.
Yeah, tough one. Remember earlier in this drive, it was 2nd and 27, all the way back on the Blackstone Valley 19-yard line. And they ran a little screen pass right into a blitzing area where the Tigers had blitzed from, and that keyed this drive all the way down to the goal line. Here we go, 2nd down. Yeah, they are going to look to throw into the flat. Tackle! Oh, Parker Lanford! And they're not going to get another playoff, I don't think.
Wow.
They're going to try. 4, 3, 2, 1. No, they're not going to get it off. Parker Lanford with a big stick on 2nd down. Look at the Tigers coming off the field, pumped up.
Was that Ty Price on the pressure?
Yeah, it was Price on the pressure, and Parker Lanford with an total thump. Buried him into the turf. All right, that's a good way to end the half, and we'll be back with the cheerleaders routine at halftime and then 2nd half action right after these messages from LCTV.
As previously stated, we have a special halftime show this afternoon, or this evening, depending upon the date. We'd like to welcome the Littleton Tigers D14 squad, as they will be performing their competition routine. Great job, ladies. Once again, that was the D14 team with a little help from your varsity Tigers.
Well, everyone, welcome back. Ready for the second half. Cody Shearer on the kick. The Tigers with a dramatic stop at the goal line to end the first half. The defense has got to come right back on the field after this kick. Picked up on the 10-yard line and trying to get to the outside. Oh, good job by Crosswhite. Oh, doesn't wrap him up, though. Now he cuts it upfield. He's trying to race the court. And, oh, look at this. Blackstone Valley's in a race to the goal line. He's going to try and cut back. He cuts back yet again. And Blackstone Valley's going to score on the opening kickoff after the Tigers turn back the goal line stand to end the first half. Holy cow, what a run by JD and Tanya. He cut that back line 4 different times. Oh, tough start, losing all that momentum after the terrific stop by the defense down the goal line to end the first half.
He really kicked it into a higher gear after his first few steps. Boy, he's a big back. That's a tough one for the Tigers, but hey, nothing they can't come back from.
What do we got here? Offsides on the defense. Good kick, so that actually might help us. It's a dead ball foul, so even though the kick was followed through on, it doesn't stand.
Encroachment against the Tigers.
So they move the ball a yard and a half closer.
Stop the NFL, baby.
And this one is good as well, so the Tigers will go down 21-7 here on the first play of the second half. A kickoff return, 90 yards by JD and Tanya for Blackstone Valley. And the Tigers, like you say, Glenn, they can bounce back, but they're going to have to find a way to do it.
Yep, they're just emotionally and mentally going to have to put that tough break behind them and just get down and focus on the business of matriculating that ball down the field, winning the battle in the trenches, moving the chains, eating up some clock.
We saw at halftime the youth cheerleading program got to do their routine out at midfield. I believe there are 2 youth cheerleading teams this year. They both had their local competitions last weekend and both advanced to states. So congratulations to both teams as they continue to move through their competitive season. Now Blackstone Valley on the kick. Another high kick. Ty Price fielding it, going backwards on about the 25-yard line. And, oh, he'll get knocked over. The ball comes loose. Oh, not the start the Tigers wanted at all. Oh, a kickoff return for a touchdown and then a turnover on a kickoff. Their own kickoff return, and Blackstone Valley will cover inside the 20 down on the 13-yard line. What a turn of events.
That was a big hit.
We really don't. I mean, my kid's 6 foot tall and 197 pounds, but he has a 32-inch waist. Like, he's fit. He's not like big, bulky, knock you down. And guess what?
So 2 lightning strikes on 2 plays here. We're only 30 seconds into the half.
They're
Blackstone Valley Tech trying to put a chokehold on it.
They're not fit.
1st and 10 with the ball on the Tiger 13-yard line. Quarterback draw, they overshoot it, and he gets upfield. Cuts back, touchdown. So Blackstone Valley's touched the ball twice and scored twice.
Mateo with a touchdown for Blackstone.
All the energy that was in the alumni field at the end of the first half is wafted away on the breeze.
Here's the thing. Our defense isn't big enough to keep up with their offense. We don't have any big kicks.
The line shot. Parker Lanford's, Leo Gibbons almost got there, couldn't quite there in time. And Blackstone Valley perfect on their conversions, 4 for 4. So now it was 14-7 at the half. We're 36 seconds in, and it is 28-7 here in the second half. Glenn, everything you just talked about just got doubled up.
Yep, that's about as tough a start to a half as you're going to see. But again, the Tigers just have to put this behind them and just take it one possession at a time.
Plenty of time. That's the good news.
Feel free to stop by the Reuben Hayes Library table to buy some baked goods and learn more about the library building project. While you're there, become a library MVP by filling out a pledge form.
Mark Croy saying let's try to start the half again. So welcome back to second half action. The Tigers trailing 28-7. But plenty of time to get back in it. Blackstone Valley will kick this one towards the sideline. That'll go out of bounds and be a penalty. So finally something that happens.
Finally a break for the Tigers.
A break for the Tigers. Let's see what they... If you have a choice here, you can make them re-kick it, or I think they just take it out to the 35-yard line. I think Mike Lynn's going to choose to take the ball on the 35. It'll be a re-kick after a 5-yard penalty. Instead, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers with the ball on their 35-yard line. Braden Lynn in the game. He was out for a series, so the end of a series at the first half. Came back in and for a 2-play drive and the only Tiger touchdown, and now he's back on the field here with a 21-point deficit. We'll bring Gibbons in motion, toss it to him, he cuts it up and doesn't get anything out of that. So a little bit of daylight, but it quickly got dark.
Jack Mizzouti on the stop. Second down.
So no gain, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh, slings it out to intended for Sean Mazzoni, but a little too far out in front of him.
A little sidearm delivery by Lynn there. Almost had him.
Good coverage. I don't think it was going to go for much after the catch, but it'll bring up 3rd and 10. Tigers desperately trying to find some momentum. They had a bunch of it at the end of the first half, but quickly dissipated, and now they're in a hole and trying to right the ship here. 3rd and 10.
Third down for the Tigers.
Throwing down the sideline. He's got Gibbons open. Oh, gets kind of cut in front by a defender, and he just couldn't come back for the ball. So it'll go incomplete. Gibbons was behind the defense there, Glenn, but they closed on it. So the Tigers will go 3 and out here on their opening offensive possession.
I'm glad Lynn took a chance. You know, even though there were 3 defenders in the vicinity of Gibbons, I'm glad he uncorked that pass. It was a nice ball. I think Gibbons just had a little difficulty locating it, but it was a good effort.
Cody Shearer on the kick on 4th and 10 with the ball on the Tiger 35-yard line.
That's a
They
nice
get off
kick.
another high kick. It'll get fielded down on the ground. They can't get up on the... They'll get caught, fielded on about the 29-yard line. So another good kick by Shearer. And the Tiger defense will come out on the field, desperate to get a stop here. Ball's been on the ground a few times for Blackstone Valley, Glenn. Tigers just haven't been able to reel it in. But a turnover at some point here would definitely help the cause.
I've got to think the Tigers are going to pay a little more special attention to Mateo. He's been their big play guy.
They'll leave him in the backfield all alone right now. Bring some motion. And they'll give it to the up guy. And he'll go right up the right side for about a 5-yard gain, 6-yard gain.
The Tiger with the carry.
Second and 4. So we haven't had a chance to talk about the playoff scenario, Glenn, but this is the second to last game of the quote-unquote regular season. Last week, the Tigers started the weekend in 5th place. They need to be 4 or higher to qualify for the playoffs. By beating Lunenburg, coupled with a Blackstone Millville Regional High School loss, they're now in 4th place with 2 games left to play, this one and next week. Oh, good job there by the Tigers. That'll go for a loss.
Great work by the defensive line there. Pressure led by Noah Graham.
Yeah, Lincoln Palmer in there too. We'll come back to the playoffs in a second. Big down now here. 3rd and 7.
Loss of 1. 3rd down and 6.
Tiger defense trying to see if they can get a 3 and out here and get the ball back for the offense.
4, 5, 6, 7 is one team. The 8th graders. Because if you have an 8th grader, you have to play.
Under motion inside. And they're going to rack up Mateo. Yeah, you talked about it, Glenn. Keep an eye on him. There was nowhere to go there. That'll bring up a 4th down. It looks like the punt unit for Blackstone Valley, who we have not seen yet tonight, are out on the field.
Another great play by Lincoln Palmer.
Yeah, had a great game last week, playing as a defensive tackle in that 4-man front. He had several tackles for losses against Lunenburg, and 2 good plays there to get some momentum going for the Tigers.
Kids that really women.
Punt is up, and then a short one. They will let land. Ooh, Tigers got to get away from that football right to midfield. Tony DeSisto, lucky that didn't take a bad bounce.
Yeah, I think Tony.
Yeah, he was blocking, he was working, he was doing what he was supposed to do, but somebody's got to tell him, right? They got to yell,
Exactly.
Poison, get out of there. The Tigers will take over at midfield, so the defense answers the bell. After 2 quick scores on a kick return and a 10-yard run after a turnover by the Tigers on their kick return, defense gets Blackstone Valley Tech offense off the field, and the Tigers take over in good field position. 1st and 10 with the ball right at the midfield stripe. Braden Lynn back at quarterback. Make a read, throw to the slot, just crossway, a little high there. Kind of an inside screen. Ball a little high, and Crossway couldn't reel it in. Otherwise, I liked it. He had the seam to turn upfield.
I like the play call, yeah. They could have taken their time just a little bit with that, but no damage.
Great drop back, looking down the middle of the field towards the sideline. Oh! That's pass interference. Gibbons almost made a terrific catch, but we'll get pass interference on that. He got bumped in. The defender had not found the football.
Good effort there by Gibbons, though, to maintain his concentration. He almost reeled that in.
He did. It was a touchdown. Yeah.
That defender had bumped into him early.
Yeah. He stayed with it. He was upset. He knew he really should have had it. He felt like he should have had it. Instead, it'll be a 15-yard penalty. 1st down for the Tigers now on the Blackstone Valley 35-yard line.
1st and 10 from the Blackstone Valley 35-yard line.
Guys, I'd be taking the interference with all my own. Nobody.
Tigers scored on 2 plays on their previous possession. Good throw to Tim Kelleher, good block. He'll get upfield, lunge forward, about a 9-yard gain. Good job by Gibbons there to seal that in, the guy to the outside. Let Kelleher come to the inside running lane. Good throw by Braden Lynn, 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice job by Kelleher, too, to stretch out at the end for those last couple of yards.
Leo Gibbons is pound for pound. He's as tough as anybody out there. He plays all the facets of the game. Hand off to Parker Lanford, so cut back. Get just short of the first. Oh, he lunges forward. There he is, Glenn. You called it earlier.
He always falls forward. He always gets those extra couple. Nice push by the left side of the offensive line, too. They really, we got some big boys in the trenches for Blackstone Valley, but we had a lot of push there on the left side.
Yeah, he did not have that 1st down, and he came squirreling out of there and lunged forward.
Lincoln Palmer, Richie Powderly had these guys back on their heels. That was a nice play to get the first.
1st and 10, they'll try to get the edge. Parker Lanford cuts it up. Oh, hurdles one guy, goes forward all the way down to about the 11-yard line. Wow. Another 1st down there.
Great block. Number 5, Parker Landforce, sealed off one of the defenders there, allowing Gibbons to get those
Oh, it was Gibbons
extra
on the carry.
yards.
Oh,
Yeah,
terrific.
that was awesome.
1st and 10. The Tigers with 2 quick first downs. It is 1st and 10 with the ball on the 12-yard line. Throwing out. Oh, good read there by the defense, but Keller makes the play anyway. Loose with the ball, but he lunges forward inside the 5, down to about the 2-yard line. You got to be careful winging that ball out there. I know he's trying for the yards. Now they'll switch up their package here. They're down inside the 5-yard line. That was close to a first down. They're going to mark it. Yep, they're going to make it 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. The Tigers will bring the hammer package. Double wing formation.
We saw 72 Tyler Kraus come in there. Going to power this ball.
Ty Price comes in to play fullback. They'll have Gibbons and Parker Lanford at the tailbacks. Braden Lynn will stay in at quarterback. Give it to Parker Lanford. And he's going to get wrapped up just short of the goal line. He'll get about a yard, but couldn't quite get low enough to go underneath that.
Tigers are going to have 3 plays here to get 1 yard. This is critical.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We'll call it less than a yard.
But I don't mind if they take this time because the defense is resting. And we're going to need something big from the defense. We're going to need a turnover.
Yeah, 5 minutes left to go now here in the 3rd quarter. The Tigers trailing by 3 scores.
Yeah, Braden Lynn limping pretty good on that. That looks like a left knee to me. That's giving him the trouble.
Tigers inside of 10 seconds. They'll get the play off. They'll give it to Lanford again. Lunging forward.
That's good.
Got a single touchdown Tigers. So a 1-yard run to the right side.
Good block
Tigers
on the right
cut
side.
the deficit. Make it 28-13 with 4:34 to go in the half. So the Tiger defense answered the bell, forced the first Blackstone Valley Tech punt of the night. And then the offense, some big plays by Parker Lanford and Leo Gibbons. Pass interference penalty. And they punch it in from 1 yard out. Oh, a high snap. And then get it off. Oh, nice job there.
Great job.
Max Hannigan, the holder there, got it down. Yeah, Cody Shearer, plenty of time to drive it out there. So it's 28-14 with 4:34 to go. So we talked about the playoffs a little bit, Glenn. The Tigers were in 5th place last week. Their win in Blackstone Millville, different than Blackstone Valley. Blackstone Millville, a regional high school down south of Worcester. And the Tigers are now in 4th place. And the way I look at it, it's going to be between Littleton, Blackstone, Millville, and Uxbridge. 2 teams will qualify, 1 team will get left out. Right now, Littleton's in really good shape. The way it works is it's not done strictly on record, it's a power ranking. So you get 10 points for beating a team, and then you get a bonus point for every win they get either before or after they played you. And the big difference is right now, the Tigers have 44 points off their opponent's victories, while Blackstone Millville only has 31 and Uxbridge has 38.4. 0.4 can happen, depends on what division your opponent was higher or lower than you, that kind of thing. So right now they have a nice healthy 13-point lead on the opponent's points, and that could be the difference. Blackstone, Millville, and Littleton both at 4-2. I feel like at 6-2 the Tigers are in no problem, but even at 5-3 I think they'll have a decent chance of getting in. Oh, an onside kick attempt by Cody Shearer. Actually squibbed sideways.
Out of bounds.
Yeah, just it didn't. They need to go 10 yards, and it actually I think went 0. He's disgusted with himself. Let his teammates down. He knows it, but that'll give it short field down for Blackstone Valley. They'll take it where it went out of bounds.
Well, this is where we need the big play.
Actually, it's a 5-yard penalty from where it went out of bounds, so it's now on the 35-yard line. So gamble there by Mike Lynn. I like the gamble. Unfortunately, the execution just wasn't there.
With the hole they've dug, the Tigers are going to have to take some chances, make some guesses on defense in an attempt to force a turnover and make some big plays.
get the ball over on downs, one way or the other here. So 1st and 10 for Blackstone Millville on the Tiger 35-yard line. Right up the middle. That's Intaya. Had the big kickoff return. He's had some big plays. He's a big, strong kid.
It's like cross white on the tackle there.
Yeah, good tackle, but when your safety's coming up and making a tackle, that's usually not a sign of success. That is a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 7. Give it to Intaya, he'll cut it up.
Oh! That's a great tackle.
Good tackle, he's short of the first down.
Parker Landforce. All by himself.
Managed to get a yard out of it. 3rd and 2. 4-down territory here for Blackstone Valley with the ball already on the Tiger 27-yard line. Landforce with a big thump at the end of the first half. He drilled a guy into the turf. And then he makes a good tackle there against a larger sized opponent.
Big play for the Tigers here.
Yeah, 3rd and 2, see if they can pin him, force a 4th down conversion out. They're going to go offsides and give it to him on the jump. Yeah, again, taking chances.
DeMayo gives him the hard count. They jump.
That'll bring the ball inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line. So 1st and 10, they pick it up on the penalty. A new set of downs for Blackstone Valley. The Tigers trying to find a way to get a stop here. Down by 14 with 2:50 to go. If they go down 21 inside of 2 minutes, they're going to have to pitch a shutout the rest of the way. Second man up, squirts through the hole, gets some yards, cross white again with the tackle, but I'd rather call Powderly's name or Graham's name or Lincoln Palmer's name. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2, ball on the 12-yard line, 13-yard line.
Blackstone seems pretty happy to just take their time, play vanilla playing. Right up the middle to the backs.
Well, you know, the thing is, like, when they give the handoffs with the backs going towards the line of scrimmage, it seems to me they're ripping off 5, 6, 7 yards. When they try to go with the counter handoffs or the misdirections, we're getting some penetration and kind of, you know, the longer developing plays aren't working, but the quick hitters, they're doing a good job on right now. Exactly. Let's see if they stay with it. They'll do a quarterback draw there. And it's going to be a 1st down to about the 6-yard line.
Good job by Timmy Kelleher there.
But 5, 6 yards at times no good anymore. They're right down inside the 10. They're going to have to find a way to force some no gains or losses. 1st and goal with the ball on the 6-yard line. First and goal, straight up to yeah, he'll go right in the end zone. Touchdown for Blackstone Valley with 1:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Tigers forced a punt and scored to cut the lead to 14, but Blackstone Valley answers back after the onside kick was unsuccessful, gave BVT a short field.
Blackstone's had the worst of it over the years, usually at the hands of the Tigers.
You know, during the Alex McLaughlin, Travis Bassett era, there was some really good games, regular season matchups that, you know, Littleton won some, lost some. Oh, fumbled snap. And the Tigers will turn away the point after attempt. But then there was a stretch where Littleton, especially in the playoffs, were the dominant program. And you can see Blackstone Valley's been very excited about the success they've had tonight, because I think they know, these guys, younger guys know the history, and they realize, like, if you can come into Alumni Field against Littleton and win, you're legit. Like, you got to start thinking, like, this could be a special year for us. And, you know, they're 5-1. Their losses against a very good Leicester team. Last year they went to Gillette. They went to the Super Bowl. I think they might have won. I think Nipmuc went and lost. Blackstone Valley went and won. So they're feeling like they're a program that's, it's their day. It's been the Tigers' day in Central Massachusetts for 12, 13 years, coupled with multiple district championships and multiple trips to Gillette and the Super Bowl championship. Alex and Travis's senior year with Matt Jackson and Pete Murphy and other guys out there helping out. Oh, very short kick. Sean Mazzoni will fair catch it. And they'll get the ball on the 34-yard line. Smart there, played by the senior. So like I say, Glenn, in the playoff scenario, a loss tonight, you'll still get 5 points, because if you lose, you get a point for every victory that the opponent has, either going into tonight, including this. Actually, they'll get 6 points, which is not a terrible, it's actually a very good score against the, bonus score against the team that beat you. That's the kind of team you do want to lose to, is a team that's, got a lot of wins. Blackstone Valley only has the one loss. And we'll see what Uxbridge has 2 very tough games left. Parker Lanford is up the left side for about a 4-yard gain. Uxbridge has to play Millbury and Leicester, so they could easily lose those next 2 games, which would give the Tigers a very good chance to get in at 5-3.
How about Blackstone Millville?
They got to play St. Bernard's and Nipmuc. Now, neither of those teams has a stellar record. St. Bees is 3-3. I think Nipmuc is 1-5 or 2-4. But we saw Nipmuc. They're good. We were lucky to beat them. Little screen pass. Josh Crosswhite. Oh, he's going to get a holding call. Got to let go once you realize.
I don't want the great acceleration by Leo Gibbons to go unnoticed.
Wow, flags, yeah.
Great job by Gibbons to cut that ball up sideline.
There is some extracurricular play and a lot of laundry on the field right now. Let's see what we got here. Trying to see if we get offsetting penalties on the unsportsmanlike, because 2 flags went out. 1 went out. I just don't know who's guilty. So we got a holding, which we knew on the Tigers. And then we got dead ball foul, personal foul on the Tigers. We got a dead ball foul, personal foul also on the Tigers. So that's going to be a bunch of yards. There'll be roughly 50 yards of penalties. I don't think they have enough real estate to march those off, so they're going to talk about how they're going to do it. It'll be at least 10, then maybe 15, and then maybe half the distance to the goal. So the Tigers losing their composure a little bit on the sideline. It looked like they were taunted into that reaction. They got to be more disciplined than that. But on the other hand, if they were taunted, I would have hoped for some offsetting penalties. But they will bring the ball all the way down to the 8-yard line. They need to get to the 43-yard line. So it is going to be second.
35?
I believe 35.
That's a long way to go. That is unfortunate. That was a heck of a run by Gibbons. He didn't shy away from that contact. It was quite a collision. Looked like some taunting by Blackstone. But like you said, Mike, Littleton needs to keep their composure.
Up to throw down the middle of the field. Broken up. Nice effort there by Sean Mazzoni, going high. Oh, there's some more taunting going on. The ref's got to get on top of this. Yeah, number 7, Gerald Azil throwing his hands up at the crowd. It's high school football. What you see on Saturdays and Sundays is not appropriate for Friday nights.
3rd down for the Tigers.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down here. 3rd and forever. Going to go with an inside. No, they're going to roll. They're going to throw it. Oh, almost picked off. Instead, it'll go incomplete and force a punt from the end zone.
Lynn is in a lot of pain.
Yeah, Mike Lynn's going to start thinking about cutting his losses here.
I'd have it.
First down for the Tigers.
Okay. Gonna watch this something.
Brad Lynn slowly making his way to the sideline, frustrated, banged up. Cody Shearer back to punt, 2/3 of the way into the end zone. Good snap. Shearer will get a high kickoff.
Nice kick by
Blackstone
Shearer.
Valley do that. Good bounce. That'll get out over midfield. Sean Mazzoni will field it on their Blackstone Valley 46-yard line. So Shearer with a good kick, and that'll take us out of the quarter. So the Tigers down 34-14 after 2 big plays to start the half. They've been battling since then, but they're in a hole. We'll see if they can find a way to get out of it when we come back with the fourth quarter after these messages from LCTV.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back. It is 34-14. The Tigers are trailing at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Blackstone Valley taking over 1st and 10 on their 46-yard line after a good pump by Cody Shearer out of the end zone. They'll go right up the gut, make a guy miss, and like you said, Glenn, it's just vanilla football for Blackstone Valley given the clock and the score.
Yep. Blackstone's main opponent here is the clock. They just want to run this thing out and
pick up first downs, move the chains. If they score, so much the better. But really, the primary goal is just ground control, and which they've shown they're quite capable of tonight. Little second man up.
more up the middle. Great
Yep. Noah Graham in there for a tackle.
Nice job.
Yeah, they'll get a stop there, force a third and about 4.
Josh Crawford, Ty Price.
The ball is on the Tiger 40, just inside the 49-yard line. They need to get to the 44-yard line, so we'll call it third and a long 4, short 5. Big down here for the Tigers. They could force a punt here if they can get a stop. They'll try for the edge. Parker Lanfors will force him to cut it up. Oh, he's short of the first down.
Wow. Great job by Landforce to push that back into the middle, and then Lincoln Palmer.
Yeah, Josh Crossway flying up from the safety position, making a hit. Let's see what BVT does. It's 4th and 2. Ball's inside Tiger territory. They're going to go for it here, which I think is the right thing for them to do. Because moving the chains it's worth it if they can do it and run some more clock. They'll gamble the field position on that. So 4th down here, 4th and 2. See if they spy Mateo. Oh, false start. So now they'll bring the punt unit on. So Blackstone Valley makes a rare mistake here. They've dodged some bullets. They had some balls hit the ground on fumbled snaps and handoffs, and they've managed to recover everything so far. Now that'll force a punt, the ball back over midfield.
See what Crossway can do with this.
Good snap. Oh, he kicks it into his own guy. And the ball's on the ground. Wow, he literally kicked it into his own guy.
This is going to result in some great field position, a good opportunity for the
Holy
Tigers.
cow.
Good push up the middle.
Friendly fire. He banged it into him, too. The ball went about 10 yards backwards after he hit him. So the Tigers will take over on we got to call it a turnover.
It's a rare break for the Tigers tonight, and it'd be nice to see them capitalize on this.
1st and 10 with the ball on the Blackstone Valley 32-yard line. Oh, jeez. Give it to Lanfers up the middle, lunging forward as always, about a 4-yard gain inside the 30. 2nd and 7. Tigers block that last extra point. See if they can make that room large. 3 scores here. Throwing to the sideline. Ooh, close coverage. Wow, reception.
Great catch.
Yeah, Josh Crossway with a guy literally on his back.
He had a defender draped all over him, and he still reeled that in. Nice pass by Braden Lynn.
Yep, 3rd and 3.
Lynn's showing a lot of guts tonight, despite that left knee.
Look to throw, slings it to, nice play. Another good job. Blackstone Valley defending well, but the Tigers executing even better. Sean Mazzoni on a tough catch between 2 Blackstone Valley defenders. The ball right on the money by Braden Lynn.
A little sidearm bullet there by Braden.
Looks like Mahomes-like.
Yeah, right.
So let's see. That is a 1st down with the ball inside the 20 to the 18-yard line of Blackstone Valley Tech. Back out to the sideline, complete.
So Landforce taking it to the sideline.
Yep, clock's running, stayed in bounds, but I think he lunged forward for a close to a 1st down. What did he get out of that?
It's going to be close, Mike.
Yeah,
it's going to
8
be
yards.
About 2 yards left.
2nd and 2 with the ball inside the 10-yard line to about the 9. They got to get to the 7 for a 1st down.
The Tigers want to move quick here.
2nd down and 2.
Yeah. Well, not me.
Hand
We'll
off
give it to Lanfers. He's bouncing to the outside. He powers forward. Good for a 1st down.
Michael Lanfers in the carry again.
1st and goal with the ball on the 7-yard line. Let's see what Mike Lynn does. He's going to stay spread here.
I really like what I'm seeing from Landforce tonight. He's a tough kid.
Goal from the 7-yard line.
Taking some punishment, doling it out, making big plays for the Tigers.
His brother was the same way. He was a little bit bigger, but played with the same pugnacious attitude. I think that's Gibbons on a reception inside the 5. Braden Lynn, I tell you what, he was really good last week, but there really wasn't a lot of defense out there. Blackstone Valley's in there, and he's still fitting it in. So 2nd and goal with the ball on the 3-yard line. The Tigers are going to stay in the spread. Give it to... Oh, it's actually a fake. Oh, Gibbons! Look at this. He bounced it off, guys.
Great job.
So the Tigers score with 6:42 to go to cut it to 14.
Put some wind in the sails of the Tigers here. We're going to kick an extra point and be down 13. Wonder if they'll go with another onside kick attempt. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better than that last one.
Cody Shearer on the kick. Max Hannigan had a great play a couple kicks ago. Good snap. Oh! Yeah, blocked. So both teams turned back on their last tries, point after attempts.
Good effort by Hannigan. Looked like he couldn't really get that.
Yeah, it was a little inside.
Couldn't get those laces out the way he wanted to.
Glenn, listen, I know it's your first time in the booth, but you kind of committed the cardinal sin. You said we were going to kick it and cut it to 13. You jinxed them, buddy.
I did.
Enough with that.
I jinxed the Tigers.
Come on, kid. We'll let it. You're a rookie. We're not going to cut you today.
I appreciate that.
But just remember where your playbook is. If you get the call from Belichick, bring the playbook.
That's right.
All right, so the Tigers, though, are in the ball game, Glenn. 6:42 to go. Like you said, do we go onside kick? The defense seems like they might have found a little bit of a recipe here to get a stop.
Coach has, 3 timeouts?
3 timeouts left. You got a big leg kicker and Cody Shear. You can try to drive the ball down and pin him down around the inside the 20 to 30 yard line and see if your defense can answer the bell again. So different ways to play it. I think the advantage was last time, it wasn't an obvious opportunity to go for the onside kick, so you're trying to catch them by surprise. Just the kick just never got going and just didn't get a chance to make it work.
Right.
This time I think they're going to be, you can see them, they got 9 guys up inside the first level. Yep, they're kind of fiddling at it. They will go for it. They'll get a bounce! Go!
He got it!
No! Oh, it goes out of bounds!
Out of bounds.
Oh! Tigers had
Great
2
attempt.
shots at it.
Love the way the Shearer put the spin on that kick.
Oh, 2 terrific shots at it and just couldn't reel it in.
Blackstone ball.
It's not a bad kick, though. I mean, it's on the 39-yard line. Sometimes that's as good as you're going to get anyway in terms of return yardage. Yeah, tough one. Tough one. All right, so now it's on the defense. 6:36 to go, trailing by 14. See, the defense turned them back and forced a punt last time after a lousy field position. Right up the middle. Good cut. Powering forward. He's going to get first down. Just short of midfield. Tigers got to pitch a shutout here, Glenn. They cannot give up a score. And as we said on the previous drive, even giving up 2 or 3, 4 first downs is going to be problematic in terms of clock management.
Blackstone's just going to keep handing it off. Let those big boys up in the front open some holes and let number 33 JD and Taya push it up the middle.
Going to bring motion. They'll give it to Antaya up.
Try to stand them up.
Oh,
there we go.
out!
Ball's loose.
And the Tigers recover.
There we go. There we go.
Ty Price on the tackle. Uh-oh, here we go. Boy, seatbelts on.
All right, 5 minutes, 44 seconds, Mike.
Holy Toledo.
Wonder if Coach Lynn's got a quick strike idea. No play action maybe.
Straight drop back. Look in. Can't find anything. Throws it. I can't throw that. You can't throw that. You can't throw it like that. You gotta try to find a receiver somewhere in the vicinity and just. Yeah, intentional grounding. So they'll throw that at the spot where we let it go, which is going to be a 14-yard loss. That'll bring up 2nd and 24.
Coach Lynn is very unhappy with this call.
Yeah, he's unhappy because the guy was so busy calling the intentional grounding that he stopped watching the play, and there was extracurricular activity after the throw. They drove right into the ground, and then he pushed off him to get up. But the ref was running up the field trying to be so dramatic about the call that it was literally happening behind him. And he doesn't have eyes in the back of his head. We're not even sure he has eyes anywhere, but here we go. 2nd down. Throw into the sideline. Oh, it's picked off! Oh, nice read there by Blackstone Valley Tech. That will drive a nail.
And that's Josh Mateo showing some defensive skills.
Yeah, maybe the final nail in the coffin. We said it that Blackstone Valley Tech, even though Braden Lynn has been very good tonight, he's had a bunch of great completions. The coverage has been there, and unlike last week where he had all kinds of cushion to throw under, and this time Mateo jumped it and made a pick 6. So after the turnover by Blackstone Valley Tech, the Tigers turn it back. Blackstone Valley cashes it in to go up 40-20. Kick is up. That's good. So they'll push the lead back out to 21.
Jordan's kick is good.
nice to see Coach Ferrante have some words of encouragement for Braden.
Yeah, telling him we got to get your head together. You got to be the leader. I know it's not going our way tonight, but you know he's had a great game. He had a tremendous game last week. He's clearly the offensive leader of this team and a leader overall. So, and Coach Ferrante, knowing that sometimes it's better to hear from someone that you don't live in the same house with.
Exactly. Yep.
And you can see him still going to work. Hey, you know, I talked to Mike Lynn coming up into this game. We knew Blackstone Valley Tech was going to be a tough opponent from the time we saw the schedule. He had picked out a few games that he thought were, you know, we haven't played them in the regular season in quite a few years. But adding them in Nipmuc, he knew it was going to be a tough haul this year. And we got a big win against Nipmuc and then another really good win against Oakmont. And that's why they're still poised to make the playoffs, even with, you know, if this turns out to be a loss tonight. This will be Gibbons.
That's quite a collision.
Yeah, there you go. See, this is the thing. Like, you know, it's late to the party. This is like the third or fourth time that Blackstone Valley Tech has pulled that routine, and finally the ref's going to call it.
Yep. It's a little bit late. I guess better late than never, but finally a flag on Blackstone.
Yeah.
Gibbons doesn't shy away from anything.
No, it's obnoxious. It's uncalled for. I mean, it's a good football game. Both teams are playing very well. I mean, yeah, tonight, Blackstone Valley should really be like thinking, hey, I mean, the scoreboard says one thing, but the game says another. If it wasn't those two big plays at the beginning of the second half, this would be a totally different game. So they really can't think they come in here and own the place. I mean, they've been giving up plenty of yards, plenty of scores, and they've been getting stopped at times. So for them to think like they're all this, really not reflective of the way the game has gone, and they should knock it off.
Exactly.
So now we'll bring Tony DeSisto into the game. He's going to roll. Oh, good block. Steps up, throws to the sideline, incomplete. Good block there. Looks like it was...
Was that McDonald? Kevin McDonald?
Yeah.
That was great.
Actually, I think it was Gilly Supernet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pancaked the guy. So the Worcester Telegram, telegram.com, has a great, probably the best high school sports website I've ever seen. They have everything, all the sports, all the scores, statistics, all really easy to navigate. So if you're interested in the playoff format and the standings, you want to take a look at that. And you want to look at Blackstone, Millville, and Uxbridge. Those are the key teams that we've got left. Blackstone Valley is in a different playoff. They're in Division 7. So we won't see them again regardless of the outcome tonight, regardless of the playoff seedings. They're on their own after this. We could easily see Tingsboro again, who we lost to earlier in the year. And it's like I say, I think Tingsboro and Millbury have pretty much locked up their spots. Question is now who will be 1 and who will be 2. And it's going to be between Littleton, Uxbridge, and Blackstone Millville for the 3rd and 4th spot in Division 6.
So still a lot on the line with
with 1 week left to go, even with this loss. Mark Crory up in the Owl's Nest up there, looking around, says he sees some Millbury players here getting a scout on a potential playoff opponent, which Littleton could easily be. Looks like we got a flag on the play.
Looks like that's going to be against Blackstone.
Yep, and walk it all the way up to midfield. Actually, we'll call it the Blackstone 49-yard line. And they'll repeat the down, so I think it'll be, that was a 3rd down play, so it'll be 3rd down over again, 3rd and about 2. And they're going to bring the hammer package in. I didn't see what the sign was. It was a 15-yard penalty, so it may have been maybe roughing the passer.
It was up to the penalty, which is a 3rd down.
Wow, Glenn, you've only been in the booth one night. You've already got paparazzi blowing kisses at you? Who is that lovely young lady?
That's the beautiful Violet Jane.
Violet. Oh, now she's sticking her tongue out at you.
There we go.
Now I know who it is.
Back to normal treatment.
Exactly. Yeah. When she was blowing kisses, I couldn't tell who it was. As soon as she stuck her tongue out, I realized it was your daughter.
Yeah, that's what I want.
All right.
Awesome.
So Mike Lynn will take a timeout here.
Who are you?
4th down. Wants to see if he can convert this and keep the ball even with 3:50 to go, down 21. He also wants to make sure that his guys finish the game the way he wants them to finish the game, not the way Blackstone Valley wants them to finish the game. Oh, he's going to bring Braden Lynn out. Interesting.
Let's go, Blue!
But he is going to go hammer. So he's got Ty Price in there. Actually, let's see if they throw out of this. Glenn.
Yep, that little disguised formation here.
They've got 4th down on the yard marker, but I'm pretty sure it's 3rd down. I don't know. Maybe it was a dead ball foul. I don't know. Well, they're going to hand it off.
Oh,
penalty.
Flag.
Picked up the 1st down, but let's see what we got here.
Flag.
Could be a holding penalty.
It was in that area of holding.
You usually don't see us holding the hammer look, but face mask.
Face mask.
Yeah. So Blackstone Valley's kind of losing their composure here. They're going to win the game, but they're not going to win any sportsmanlike awards, which is unfortunate because they're a very good football team.
I think this could be quite a good tape for their future opponents to be watching. This definitely some weaknesses on Blackstone. And if somebody can corral that quarterback of theirs, Mateo, that'll go a long way towards slowing that Blackstone offense.
So the Tigers converted the 1st down on the play and then got some yardage on it. I don't know if it was a face mask penalty, like they raked the face mask. But it is 1st and 10 for the Tigers with the ball on the Blackstone 43-yard line. DeSisto back in at quarterback. Tigers back into the spread. And hand it off to Hannigan. And try to cut it up. Gonna get about 2 yards on, maybe a yard.
John Furno on the stop. Gain 1, 2nd down and 9.
Second and 9, coming up on 2.5 minutes to go in the ball game.
Yeah, get it, Blue!
Let's go, Littleton!
Straight drop back, rolling out now to his right, flushed out of the pocket. He's going to sling it down the sideline, a little high for Crosswhite. Going to go incomplete.
Incomplete pass comes up on 3rd down.
Stop the clock with 2:13. So tough one, Glenn. Those 2 scores to start the second half. The touchdown, the kickoff return for a touchdown, and then Littleton fumbling the kickoff return, and then a 10-yard run by Mateo for a touchdown.
It really changed the whole complexion of the game.
You take those 14 points off the board, and this is a ball game. Now, maybe they score anyway, and it's still like a 2-score game, but, it'll be a different complexion. Tony DeSisto, good throw, completion. Good job there. Will Allen converts a 1st down. Good job. Nice delivery by Tony DeSisto, coming on in relief of Braden Lynn, who got a little nicked up tonight. Hopefully he'll be okay, get a weekend off and some ice, and be back out for Maynard here at Alumni Field next Friday. It'll be a huge game with the playoffs basically on the line. Tony DeSisto will lob it up the sideline. Oh, out of bounds.
Hey, where are you back?
Intended for Cody Shearer.
Incomplete pass brings it late, 2nd down.
Is that Connor McNeil, freshman golf team member?
That's right, the real deal. Just finished his freshman season on the golf team. They were very fortunate to head out to Concord Country Club yesterday on Thursday. Coach Shoemaker does a great job with that team.
That's the gig. High school golf coach. Oof.
Yep.
That's sweet. Give it to Hannigan. He's going to get racked up. No gain.
Max Hannigan with the carry. Kyle Vaughn with the stop.
Wouldn't mind seeing DeSisto throw it up again.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 13, actually lost on that play, so 3rd and 13. The ball on the Blackstone Valley 30. Minute and a half to go. Outcome pretty much determined here, but the Tigers still striving. Yep, they'll let him throw, straight drop back. He's going to get some pressure. He steps up, gets rid, away from a couple guys, and gets upfield.
Good job by the system.
Yep, get some positive yardage on that play. We'll bring up a 4th down. They'll go for it. Ball on the 25-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 8. They need to get down to the 17-yard line.
Maybe get the ball out to Will Allen again down the left sideline.
See how much cushion they got. They got Josh Crosswhite up top on the top of the screen. Will Allen on the bottom of the screen. Cody Shear in the slot on top. 2 backs in there to give him some protection. Looks like they're trying to run a screen. A little underthrown to Hannigan. So that won't get picked up on 4th down. They'll turn it over on downs with 37 seconds to go. My guess is that Blackstone Valley will take a knee and end it out.
All spectators must remain off the field until the ceremony is complete and the game officials exits.
Glenn, how'd you like it? If I need you, would you come back? That's my real question. Like I told you, Pat's on some kind of secret mission. I think he's going to be back, but you know, these things go. You never know.
I would love to come back, especially to atone for that rookie mistake, you know, of chalking up that extra point.
All right.
Right before Shear.
Even though you made the rookie mistake, we're willing to have you back. We'll have to see how things unfold.
Thank you. It's
We'll
really
have to
a
see.
pleasure.
Maybe for a couple of games we can get Mark Croy to look in the budget and see if he can pay for a 3-announcer booth. What? Oh, he said no way. Forget it.
No. All right.
He said he can't do that. He doesn't have any money anyway. But so it's a little bit of a tough loss night against a very good Blackstone Valley Tech team. The Tigers will go to 4 and 3. That'll put them right on the playoff bubble. But like I said, looking at the numbers, check the Telegram. Blackstone, Millville, Uxbridge. Let's see how they do this weekend. And we should have a really good handle on what the possibilities are going into a do-or-die game against arch rivals, the Maynard Tigers, next Friday night, 7 o'clock here at Alumni Field. We'll be back with LCTV for that game. Thanks to all for coming. Thanks, Mark Croy, for getting on the roof. Welcome back from Italy. Good to see you again. And we'll see you guys all next week. Thank you.